The dangers of inhalants. Inhalants are a group of extremely toxic drugs that can make you high when you breathe them in. Inhalant abuse first came about in the 1950s when the news media reported that young people were seeking a cheap high by sniffing glue. The best way to avoid the danger of inhalants is to be aware of the consequences. There are 4 kinds of inhalant solvents: aerosols, gases, and nitrites. Solvents include paint thinner and glue. Aerosols are sprays that contain propellants as well as solvents, like spray paint. Gases in medicine, like nitrous oxide, commonly referred to as laughing gas. Nitrates, also known as poppers, include chemicals found in room deodorizers and chemicals used during heart exams. Ways to inhale: sniffing is inhaling fumes through the nose, huffing is breathing fumes through the mouth, and bagging is breathing inhalants through the mouth and nose from a bag. Inhaling glue makes you feel giddy and makes you slur your speech. The poisons in the glue change the way the brain works. The effect can last anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours and can produce a quick, powerful, and extremely dangerous high. For more information on inhalants, here's a quick video.
Can you abuse drugs without abusing drugs? With inhalants, yes. Many common household products, cleaners, polish, paint, and more, emit fumes. When inhaled, these fumes can create sensations similar to addictive drugs. These products, by and large, aren't meant for human consumption. And this is why inhalant abuse is so dangerous. Let's explore this subject in more detail. What inhalants do people abuse? Before we start, it's important to acknowledge that some inhalants do have medical value. The biggest example is nitrous oxide, a gas that's used as an anesthetic in the medical world. It's also used as a propellant for whipped cream canisters and as a way to increase engine performance in cars. Nitrous is likely the most commonly abused inhalant, largely because it's easy to get. People buy canisters online, discharge them into balloons, and inhale them. When used, nitrous oxide provides a sedative, pleasant effect. Administered by a professional at, say, your dentist office, nitrous is safe and effective. When abused on one's own, it's not. Here's why. First, there's a danger of suffocation. We can't breathe nitrous oxide. When used in medical setting, it's mixed with oxygen to keep patients safe. There are rarely any safeguards when used recreationally. Nitrous oxide is also quite cold, and it's possible to get frostburn if you're not careful. Also, long-term nitrous oxide use can seriously deplete a person's stores of vitamin B12, which can cause nerve and brain damage. As for inhaling other substances, it's a super risky form of substance abuse. Paint, gasoline, furniture polish, and more simply aren't intended for human consumption. According to NIDA, the National Institute of Drug Abuse, up to 200 Americans die each year due to inhalant abuse. Why do people abuse inhalants? NIDA reports it's because the fumes of gases and solvents act very similarly to depressants like alcohol, sedatives, and anesthetics. Here's a perfect example. One of the more commonly abused inhalants is computer duster. This product contains a gas called toluene. A study conducted in 2007 on animals found toluene seems to activate the brain's dopamine system in the same way other addictive drugs do. Is inhalant addiction treatable? Yes, this is probably one of the bit of good news about inhalant abuse. It's treatable. At the Edge, we treat inhalant abuse the same way we treat other forms of addiction, with a holistic mix of evidence-based care and cutting-edge addiction medicine. Getting treated for inhalant abuse is important. This really is one of the most dangerous forms of substance abuse there is. If you feel like taking inhalants are taking over your life, don't feel ashamed. Reach out to us for help. We'll help you free yourself of inhalants and find a life that's worth living. Just reach out to the Edge Treatment Center today at 844-590-0403 and we'll get started.
Here are a few things to remember. Inhalants are toxic substances that people breathe in to get high, but they can seriously damage the body. These drugs come in forms like solvents, aerosols, gases, and nitrites, all of which are commonly found in household products. Using inhalants through sniffing, huffing, or bagging can lead to slurred speech and more. Inhalants are dangerous, and the best way to stay safe is to understand and avoid their harmful effects. Here are my sources.